Hello friends! I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of my favorite Amazon picks from the last month. So let's get into it. So this list is incredibly eclectic. I thought that we were going to be going in like a dog themed direction, and as I scrolled through all of the things that I had purchased in the last month, there's really things from pretty much every category I can think of. Also, side note, if you're not following me on Amazon, I would super appreciate it if you would. You could just go to Leesha.live. That's it, just Leesha.live. It'll bring you to my storefront. You can click follow. I do live streams over on Amazon. I'm trying to do one every day this month, so there will be a lot of them, and they range from literally everything from makeup tutorials to just talking about daily deals to dog stuff and putting things to, I don't know, there's so many different things that we do over there. So I'd love it if you would follow me. So hi Riley. Let's get into this with the first thing I want to talk about, which is the Haus Labs liquid eyeliner. This is one of the eyeliners from Lady Gaga's line, Haus Laboratories. This one in particular, I feel is pretty cool. I got it earlier in May. They were having a sale where I believe it was $12 instead of the normal $18. So I wanted to try it because it is their MicroTip eyeliner. So this is significantly, God, all these animals are just making all the noise today. Hello. This is significantly smaller than your normal sized eyeliner. I mean, you can see here, this is the normal size right here. And then this is the MicroTip one. So it's super small. This literally looks like a pen. It like genuinely looks like a pen tip. It's pretty crazy. So it's super small. So this would be great if you have smaller eyes, or if you just want to have like a tiny eye to do, or a tiny liner to do detail work. I used this today when I was applying my eyeliner. I was rushing myself because I was busy. So I was like, I had a short amount of time to do my makeup. But this is one that I was like, okay, so it glided on really nicely. It had really great pigmentation. You know, sometimes like you get an eyeliner and it's stiff, or it's kind of like dry, or like skips. This was really nice. I could see this being specifically useful if you were to, you know, maybe you wanted to do a wing, or you needed to fill in a little bit of an area, or you wanted to really get in like this inner corner area. This would be super awesome for this. But I wanted to include it in this list because I don't know if I've ever seen an eyeliner felt tip pencil or an eyeliner pen that was this small. Like, it's super fine tip, and so I thought that was pretty cool. Next up is this expandable bamboo spice rack. So we have so many spices, it's a lot of bit ridiculous. And when we moved into our current house, this kitchen only has like 6 upper cabinets, and the only one that made the only one that made sense to be a spice cabinet was the smallest one. Now, in our old house, I had these tiered shelf cabinet organizers for spices, but they're way too big for the cabinet that I have these in now. And because we're gonna be here for about a year, I wanted to make sure that I still could have some organization aspect, because for me, because we have so many spices, having them all at the same level, not the business. This is super cool because it is expandable, so you can make it as small as 8 3/4 inches up to 15.5 inches. So it gives you quite a lot of play, which I think is great because then you get it to be exactly the size that you need it, which is super helpful. So I had gotten 2 of these and I really do like them. Obviously, if I had a bigger cabinet area, I would want a bigger space, but because we have such a smaller cabinet, this actually works really perfect. Next up, I absolutely have to include the game that we played for What the Game a couple of weeks ago, and that is Ron Burgundy's Anchorman The Game. Oh my goodness, these animals are just scaring the crap out of me today. You good? You good? Okay. If you missed it, you definitely need to check out our video. I believe it's called I Have News. What we do in that video is we end up playing this exact board game. We have a green screen, we get like all news anchored up, and it is so cool. Hello, my name is Leesha. Welcome to Leesha Land News. Breaking news tonight, it's pancake breakfast season. Time to break out the pot brownies and start manhandling shitty neighbors. It's game night.
I was a fan of 4 Islands.
If you need to pick me up, that's the video to watch. This game ended up being so incredibly funny. I saw a TikTok about it and immediately was like, this is something that I think would be fun to play with my friends, and I was not wrong. Basically, the way that it works is you have a whole bunch of verbs, nouns, and plural nouns, kind of like when you do like the magnetic poetry, and then you have Mad Lib style news prompts, and you have to fill them in, trying to make whoever is the newscaster laugh. It was so much fun. It was fun to see like the strategies come out of, are we just gonna go full on like raunchy with it? Are we going to make it silly and then like throw in a 1-2 punch with a ridiculous one at the end? Is it gonna be a story that actually makes sense? This is a great one if you have a group of friends. This one I really do wish was available on like Tabletop Simulator or something online, because this is one that would be so fun to play with my friends in Discord on Leesha Land. I mean, the second that we were filming it, I was like, oh my gosh, this would be a blast to play through Discord. But I don't think that they have anything like that. Someone should make something like that though. It would be really a great online game. The next thing I want to talk about, I feel like, is the perfect thing for this month, since this month is Pride Month. This is the Rainbow Apple Watch band. So I have this on right now. I have the flag. I have them so they actually match up. I believe this was like a year or 2 ago. It's this one that kind of like waves around and stuff. But I saw my sister had this and I thought it was so cute, so I immediately wanted to get it. And it's super adorable. It's not expensive, $5, super, I mean, I feel like it's worth it. Really cute. I've gotten a lot of compliments on this one. I like to have different Apple Watch bands, and I feel like this one is just super cute. They have like a ton. Like they have these ones that are more of the fabric, still super cute. This one that is a little bit more subtle because it's a black band, and then it has like the different circles that have the different colors. But there's just a lot of really cute Apple Watch bands that are Pride oriented, rainbow oriented, and they're super cute. As you all know, we moved recently. I feel like a broken record talking about it, but we definitely needed to get a couple of things that I probably eventually will find in the garage in one of those boxes, but we need them now. The first of which is this carpet tape. So the rental that we're in right now, and actually in addition to that, the house that we're building right now, there's not gonna be any carpet. I've learned my lesson with my last house. When you have kids, when you have pets, your carpet's gonna get trashed.
Tear up the carpet!
We opted to pay a little bit extra to have all vinyl tile pretty much throughout the entire house, and we're just going to get area rugs. If you guys have tried Ruggable, I'm really curious because I keep getting ads for it, but I like the fact that they are washable. So that's, hello, chair. If you have experience with it, let me know, because that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. But like I said, this house also only has tile and vinyl flooring. So because we record videos, YouTube, streaming, all of that stuff, we needed to make sure that at least the room that is recording has some form of a carpet. If you have been in a house that does not have any carpet, a lot of the times that means you get a lot of echoing because sound is just bouncing off the ceiling and the floor. The problem is because I'm on it with my computer chair, it would slide around and not stay still. That was like a really long introduction to what we're talking about right now, which is this carpet tape. So this is just double-sided tape. It's really strong. It works perfect at making sure that the area rug is not going to move. Another thing that absolutely falls into the moving into a new home category are these 3M command strips. I'm sure you've all heard of these. These ones in particular are the Velcro ones. You push two together and you put whatever on the wall. When we were moving out of our old house, the amount of holes in the wall was embarrassing. The amount of stuff that was drilled into the walls, like lights, nail polish racks, shelves, or I tried to hang pictures up and then they were like not correct, so I'd take the nail out and go again. It was a mess. So Paul made the executive decision the second that we got this rental home that we were only going to nail things into the hole that nail things into the wall that absolutely needed to be nailed into the wall. For example, these lights. Those are pretty much the only things that are actually screwed into the wall. My shelves up here, command strips. If you've seen any videos where we're out in the living room with the pictures on the wall, command strips. So pretty much anything that we want to hang on the wall is command strips or command strips. Next up is this particular slicker brush. My house has been an absolute mess since it started to get hot here. As a lot of you know, we have a blue tick hound, we have a corgi, and we have 2 black cats. So the fur situation is real. I will sweep and think I did a good job and see so much fur, and 2 days later, it is just as bad. It's absolutely a mess. This one is particularly cool because it has a button on the back that retracts all of the brush bristles. And that way it just leaves the hair on the top, so it's super, super easy to clean. This one's also a good size in the sense that it works really well for Riley, who is huge, and it works really well for the cats, who are obviously very small. It's super easy to clean, and it gets all of that hair so it doesn't end up all over the ground. Saving grace. This is another thing I'm so excited about, and this is a handheld milk frother, milk foamer. You guys probably saw my coffee video last year where I showed how to make the coffee foam, and what we ended up finding was the best way to make that was one of these little milk foamers. What you probably don't know is that since then I've become absolutely addicted to this particular instant coffee, which I never thought I would be addicted to instant coffee, and always making it the same way. Anytime I have to use batteries for things, it's not my favorite. When I saw this one that has a rechargeable USB, it immediately grabbed my attention. I also liked that it has different speeds and it has a whisk attachment so that you can whip up eggs, which I thought was really cool too. Once I got this, it was like coming back to an old friend. I had been drinking the like pre-made cold brew from the store. No good. This has just been so great. It makes it so easy to use instant coffee and to whip it up into that foam. And it's easy to clean. You just like run it under water. Has its own little stand, so it just kind of stays like right in the corner by my instant coffee, and I just love it. This one's also cool too because it comes with these little stencils that you can put over top of your coffee to pour, I don't know, cinnamon or whatever if you want to make like a cute little design. It's just my favorite little thing. The next thing that I want to talk about is actually really cool, especially if you have a sink that is only one, like it's not a separated sink, it's just one giant sink. That is a roll-up dish drying rack. So in our last house, like I keep bringing it up, that's the big thing in my life. In our last house, we had a sink that was 2 sections, kind of like the sink in this particular picture here, where you had one side and then you had another side. And what we use is just a dish drying rack. That's what we had in our old house because we would just put it in this side thing, you know? But in our new house, in this one, it's just one giant sink. So that makes it a little bit difficult when you're used to having the dish rack because your option is to put it in the sink with all the dirty dishes, or completely on the side outside of the sink, which I really didn't want to do. So what I decided to do was to get this little roll-up dish drying rack, which has been super, super helpful. I've been trying to get in the habit of just immediately putting everything in the dishwasher and just running the dishwasher when I need to, versus what I used to do is just wait till everything was full and then we would run out of dishes and it was just annoying. But with this, it's great for things that need to be hand washed and to just put them so that they can dry, but they still drip down into the sink. So this has been something that I definitely recommend if you don't want to have like a regular deep dish rack that goes inside of the sink. This is a great way to be able to dry your dishes, have them over the sink still so you don't have to worry about them sitting in water or just getting gross on, I don't know. I liked this idea better. Finally, the last thing that I want to talk about, I don't know if I call this one a necessity, but I'm calling it a necessity. This is a dog life jacket. Now, this has been something that I have seen other dogs have and have always wanted and thought they were so cool. And then a couple of days ago, I saw that on the deals page, the Today Deals on Amazon, they had this on sale for like 30 to 50% off. It was a lot cheaper than $27. And I immediately had to get it for Velma. Velma recently we recently had like a revelation with Velma where she realized that she loves swimming. She loves jumping in the pool. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen, and I can prove it. So cute, and I think it's awesome, but I also get a little bit worried because Velma's small and her legs are little bitty itty bitty legs. Now Riley loves swimming too, but Riley's a big dog, so I'm not super worried about her, especially in the pool. And obviously the only times they've ever gone in the pool are when people are out there with them. So this was more so because we were contemplating bringing the dogs to the lake, getting a boat, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to see what I could take for Velma. When I saw this, it was an immediate need. They have a mermaid one, a pink mermaid one, and they have a gray one that's like traditional shark. But I really wanted to get the orange just because it matches Velma's fur perfectly, and it did not disappoint. So I just can't wait until the next time that we go over to my parents' house and she's able to actually swim and just have this little jacket on with her little fin sticking out. Oh my gosh. I will make sure to show all of that on Instagram or TikTok, or there will be photo evidence and video evidence. Do not worry. All right, you guys, so that is all for my 10 favorite things that I've bought in the last month from Amazon. Again, if you want to follow me on Amazon, please feel free. I would love it. Leesha.live. And then let me know if you would like to see more Amazon favorites. I'm always happy to talk about my favorites. You can also go to my Leesha.live, and I have a ton of different categories of my favorite things. So you can check that out too. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye.